Just to go back to, is a sustainability prize, there was a winner for 2007, the 2007 Nobel Peace Prize, which was related to climate change, and that was the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, and Al Gore.
Oh,
yeah.
So he won for something in specific, for like a sustainability practice?
It was for efforts to build up and disseminate greater knowledge about man-made climate change. So I think that might have been when Al Gore released that, what was that program he made? The Inconvenient Truth, An Inconvenient Truth. So I think it was that year.
So does that mean you could be an engineer or a business person championing sustainability and get a Nobel Peace Prize?
Yeah, I
It
guess
sounds
so.
like it.
That's also a very quick turnaround the same year.
No, sorry, I got it wrong. It was 2006 the documentary was released. So following year.
Still though, it's not 20 years.
It's better than blue LEDs, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was for almost 40 years.
It's interesting as well, because the Peace Prize is a little bit different, isn't it? Because that can be awarded to an organisation, whereas the chemistry physics ones are, I think, a maximum of 3 people on one project.
Yeah, and I wonder what that means. We're talking about the Large Hadron Collider, and that is a huge collaborative effort between nations, and how many thousands of scientists have worked on that thing. But you can't win a Nobel Prize in physics for the Large Hadron Collider.
Yeah, because I was thinking about the JWST and like all the research and data that's come out of that. And again, that is a, huge space program across multiple countries and organizations. But yeah, you can't award that to like NASA or the ESA or anyone like that. So yeah, it's interesting to have one that is more geared towards organizations. Like the EU won it. Didn't they win the Peace Prize at one stage?
They did, yes.
Which quite strange.
Yeah.
Not quite sure what they won it for, or whether it was just a celebration of like international cooperation, I suppose.
So this is essentially a Swedish-based prize, isn't it? So Sweden's essentially awarding themselves a prize there.
Maybe there wasn't very much stiff competition that year. The other nominees were not so good, so they thought we'll give ourselves a pat on the back. Because Obama won as well, didn't he? He won the Peace Prize.
Yeah, that doesn't really feels a bit strange, because didn't he get it really early into being president as well?
Yeah, I think it was less than a year that he won.
Wow.
Was he awarded it because of being the first Black president of the United States? Did they say what was the reason? That can't be the reason, but maybe that's the background for it.
Yeah, I don't think they could say that, because then isn't that just sort of almost
yeah, so
can't think of the word for it. But no.
The Wikipedia version says extraordinary efforts to strengthen international diplomacy and cooperation between peoples. But it doesn't say like brokering peace between this country and this country, or like a specific thing. Seems quite
very vague,
generic, I suppose.
But is that
to any like world leader though? I feel like
I'm not sure about any world leader.
Not any.
But is that similar to awarding it for Albert Einstein just for being a good scientist?
Yeah, that's true. Is it like a like a blanket award, like you're really good at being president / a diplomat, and therefore you deserve the recognition? And Einstein was just really good at physics and that sort of thing, so he deserved it, rather than for a specific moment or a specific discovery.
Einstein's was general, but it did also mention the photoelectric effect, so maybe you also have to do something.
A thing.
How much can you know about someone's, like how good somebody's going to be as a leader if they haven't even been a leader for a year?
Yeah, that's true. But then I guess he was congressman first or senator first. And the American electoral system is confusing, but presumably he had done other works leading up to his presidency.
Yeah.
But then had he not won the election, potentially he wouldn't have won. And would they have given it to the other candidate?
Yes, that's true.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a difficult one.
The views expressed in this podcast belong entirely to the person that said them. They do not represent any industry or organisation. If you enjoyed listening to these views, it would really help us out if you could rate us, leave a review and tell a friend. This podcast was sponsored by no one, but if you're interested in funding us to continue to have frank discussions about science and engineering, please get in touch.